year 2024 has been one of All Star Wrestling Australia's biggest years to date, with 56 events held throughout New South Wales and Victoria, with close to 200 matches hosted. As we prepare for 2025, let's take a look back at the top 10 moments from All Star Wrestling Australia for the year that was 2024. The Summer Spectacular has been known throughout the years for wrestlers making their debuts. From Jasmin Brettle and Keegan Brettle to Ryan Eagles and Tony Cruz, it's always a can't-miss event. The 4th annual Summer Spectacular certainly delivered, as a young, eager wrestler from the All-Star Wrestling School stood up to former All-Star Wrestling Tag Team Champion Morgan Rose and made his mark in All-Star Wrestling Australia history. Also at the 2024 Summer Spectacular, we saw beloved fan favorite, the Puppeteer, get his first opportunity at the All-Star Wrestling Eastern States title, as he took on the reigning and defending champion Tony Cruz in a hotly anticipated matchup. Throughout the match, we saw Tony Cruz break rules to get an unfair advantage over the Puppeteer. This all came to a head when the Puppeteer used the Eastern States title to get an unfair advantage, only to get himself into some hot water with the officials.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner and the All-Star Wrestling Eastern States Champion, the Puppeteer! Ladies and gentlemen, I've been informed by the referee, unfortunately, due to the use of a weapon, the winner of this match by way of disqualification and still All-Star Wrestling Eastern States Champion, Tony Cruz.
There's not just one event we can point to showing All-Star Wrestling Women's Champion Eugenie and her dominance, as she completely dominated the entire year with victories over the likes of Erica Reed, Frankie B, Little Mars, and former champions Billy Mack and Jasmin Brettle. Eugenie and her patented rear naked choke put the entire promotion on notice, as she dominated the women's division for all of 2024. Eugenie would hold the championship for 280 days, managing 7 wins and just 1 loss in the year 2024, before losing the championship at November Rain to Jasmin Brettle thanks to interference from Jayla J. What happens when you allow a complete madman like the Puppeteer to create his own match type? You get Carnival Chaos, a special match type created by Pierre Laurent and the Puppeteer that we saw for the first and only time at A Night to Remember 5. With the Puppeteer and Tony Cruz's feud raging on for months, there was only one way to end things, and that was at our biggest event of the year in the patented Carnival Chaos match. Tony Cruz came into the match not knowing what to expect and got the shock of a lifetime as Carnival Chaos was inflicted upon him. It's safe to say that the Puppeteer is just waiting for another moment for this special match type to return, and we can definitely ensure that Tony Cruz will never want any part of this matchup again. During Orlando Jordan's reign as the All-Star Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, he broke a number of records. He became the first American to hold the championship, the first wrestler to defend the championship interstate, and also the first international wrestler to defend the title against another international competitor. At Survival of the Fittest 2024, it was Brian Kendrick who would challenge Orlando Jordan for the All-Star Wrestling Heavyweight title, with the former Cruiserweight and Tag Team Champion informing Orlando that he'd been watching from the USA and wasn't happy with what he'd been seeing. This led to an epic confrontation in front of over 300 fans at the iconic Padstow RSL Club. Beautiful move there by Kendrick. Leaps over Orlando.
Kendrick trying to pull him away from the corner here. Referee Nigel trying to separate them. Oh! That is just dirty.
But again, it's what you mentioned. 1, 2, 3.
And his feet.
I saw the feet on the ropes as well, Box.
And still, the All-Star Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Orlando Jordan.
And still the All-Star Champion. The audience are very upset. If you try your best and don't succeed, then try and try again. That's what the Puppeteer did after a disappointing loss at the Summer Spectacular. He was given his rematch at the 6-year anniversary event and came in more prepared than ever. With the crowd solidly behind him and a more focused and motivated Puppeteer, we saw one of the biggest moments of 2024 as the Puppeteer toppled Tony Cruz to become the 6th All-Star Wrestling Eastern States Champion, joining the likes of Aries, Chris Masters, Jack Dullahan, and Tony Cruz as wrestlers who have held the prestigious championship. ...2024 was the first year that All-Star had significant representation overseas, with the All-Star Wrestling title heading to Kobe, Japan, and Wellington, New Zealand for international title defenses. The most notable was Keegan Brettle's title defense with New Zealand's Dan Martins at CPW's Capital Carnage. At what is the New Zealand promotion's biggest event of the year, Brettle and Martins made history in front of over 400 fans as the All-Star Wrestling title was competed for in the semi-main event, with Keegan getting the victory in a hard-fought match. We've seen a lot of crazy things happen in All-Star Wrestling Australia's proud almost 7-year history, but nobody was expecting what would happen at our Point to Prove event between Aries and Jimmy Zero. Zero had problems with Aries from day one and cost him his shot at the All-Star Wrestling Tag Team titles. This then led to a match in August which Jimmy Zero won, A street fight was then signed between both men, where all hell literally broke loose.
Oh, Jimmy. Now, Jimmy, you want to talk a lot about family? This is what happens. Come on, everyone look at him. Everyone's away, Jimmy. Aries, I'm your brother. What the?
The All-Star title reign of 25-year veteran of the Squared Circle Orlando Jordan was a tough one for fans to swallow, with the former WWE United States Champion constantly outsmarting and using underhanded tactics to hold on to the All-Star Wrestling Heavyweight title. Orlando held the championship for 210 days, and not one wrestler was defeated cleanly by Orlando. On the 210th day, Orlando came up against a motivated Keegan Brettle, who proceeded to go to war with Orlando Jordan at the iconic Padstow RSL Club and end the title reign in the middle of the ring, much to the delight of the All-Star fans. Throughout history, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship has been held and challenged for by the very best wrestlers in the world. Competitors such as Dusty Rhodes, Harley Race, Ric Flair, and Terry Funk all held the prestigious championship, but perhaps the most dominant modern champion is the world-renowned EC3. On June 15th at the iconic Padstow RSL Club, we saw EC3 visit Australia to put the NWA World Heavyweight title on the line for the very first time in 6 years. EC3 would face off against the #1 international contender and the All-Star champion Keegan Brettle. After a 20-minute match where Keegan Brettle almost became champion, we saw Wes Williams cost Keegan the championship.